Good morning. I will continue. I am just doing my job, and I will continue with Boo Boy on that fight for do 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 do. Manny Pacquiao is looking blazingly fast. Pacquiao versus Spence coming soon. Stay tuned to this video. What up, fight world? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. Listen, make sure you smash the like button and hit the subscribe button. What's in it for you? I drop the illest content in the world of boxing. This is your one-stop shop for boxing news. Pacquiao versus Spence. If you want to know about this fight, hit the subscribe button. We're going to continue working. This is an amazing fight. Hit the bell notification for post notifications so you don't miss a thing. Now, let me get into today's video. Manny Pacquiao, you've seen him. This guy is a problem. He's 42 years old. He's pictured here with his family, wonderful family, beautiful family. And he says, "Blessed Sunday to everyone." In this picture, he looks very mild-mannered, you know, just like a family man. Like if you ran into Manny Pacquiao, let's say at Trader Joe's, you would just think he's just a cool, regular dude, you know, a dad. But this man is something different. And you got to give a lot of credit to Manny Pacquiao for taking the Errol Spence fight. This is something, and I hate to do the boy like this, but something Keith Thurman didn't even do, who is also much younger than Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao's 42 years old, I believe. Thurman, I know he's not 42. And these two gentlemen had a moment. You guys see Pacquiao was smiling. He's like, sure, why not? This was immediately following the conclusion to Errol Spence versus Mikey Garcia. Errol Spence, dominant performance. A lot of people, including Mikey Garcia, said, "I see something." And he thought that it was sweet. He thought he could outbox. A lot of fans thought at the time that Errol wasn't the proficient boxer and was a come forward guy. But Errol showed many dynamics to his fight game. And Errol, "Hey, stop that cat. Hey, big fish, man there." He showed he can box. He still has power. He's just a dangerous southpaw. And he outboxed Mikey Garcia, but also put a hurting on him. Pacquiao said, sure, why not? And the man stayed true to this kind of pact. It took a little while, and there were doubts. People were like, Pacquiao, he never gonna give Errol Spence a try. But here we are. Amazing fight. Now, I can't show you for copyright reasons, but Fox, PBC, they on fire. Watch this trailer. This is an amazing trailer that they cut for this upcoming fight. And you guys seen the clip. Look at Errol getting busy. Look at Errol getting busy. I watched that fight. That was the Barrera fight. There's Pacquiao. There's Errol, Mikey, Pacquiao. Now, one thing I noticed about Pacquiao, he is insanely calm. And that is dangerous as a fighter, to be that loose and calm. Like, you watch Pacquiao at weigh-ins, like even the Mayweather weigh-in, there's like a sea of people, a ton of people who came out to support the event and wanted to see and be there for the historic fight with Mayweather. And Pacquiao smiling, taking selfies and stuff. It's crazy to see. So this is one of the biggest fights of the year. Will it be a passing of the torch in Manny Pacquiao, who just fought Cotto? You've seen that earlier in his career. Or the new young gun, Errol Spence. Two dangerous southpaws. Two amazing welterweights. Look at Kell Brook's face. So realistically, I got punched with mint chocolate brownie. Look at his eye. Look what Errol did to his eye. Oh my gosh. Look at the man's eye. That southpaw left was destroying the man's eye. So, you know, I'm super hyped. But this is a dope trailer. Make sure you guys check it out. Congrats to Errol Spence for getting the big fight. I'm going to keep saying the same thing. You know, Fox, PBC, they're doing a hell of a job. This is an amazing trailer. Got me real hyped when I watched it. And you've seen them clips of Pacquiao at the beginning. The man is ferocious. The man is fearless. And he's going out in style. If this is going to be his last fight, if Errol beats him, Errol Spence, you know, obviously training for the win and the victory. If this is truly that, and Errol Spence beats Pacquiao, hell of a career. It's been a hell of a ride. And you got to just take and tip your hat to Manny Pacquiao for this. Now, with the clip that I showed you at the beginning, that was looking pretty serious. Pacquiao just started his camp, and he's showing that same hand speed. Now, Floyd Mayweather recently said in an interview, they asked him who was the greatest opponent that he had beat. Like, obviously, he's 50-0, so he's undefeated. He retired undefeated, about to fight Logan Paul. And they said, out of all your professional fights, who was your toughest opponent? And he gave that credit to Pacquiao. This was a long-standing rivalry that was talked about, and then it happened in 2015. And Floyd Mayweather, I don't want to misquote him, but he basically said Pacquiao because Pacquiao, he can understand how Pacquiao accomplished what he did with the 8 division championship and 70+ fights and the wins and the victories he has, because he said Pacquiao, his style is just so weird. So this is a great fight. Errol Spence is going to have to be on his P's and Q's. I'm interested to see how it plays out, seeing that usually the southpaw, from what I've seen, has a lot of success with orthodox fighters, and then an orthodox fighter will have a lot of success using the right hand. So 2 southpaws, 2 of the best, probably the best southpaws that we've seen in a minute. You know, Terrence Crawford is also a switch hitter, but he's not a permanent southpaw. Sometimes he comes out ortho, so more natural southpaws. These are some of the greatest southpaws at the welterweight division that we've seen. You know, that we don't get too many battles like this that make all the sense in the world. I guess you could say Vasil Lomachenko and Guillermo El Chical Rigondao. That was a two-time, two-peat gold medalist southpaw battle. But Rigondao he just wasn't big enough. You know, that's what it kind of came down to in that fight. And I thought that fight disappointed. However, this fight, Manny Pacquiao, Errol Spence Jr., I do not see how this fight could fail the fans. If you know anything about Pacquiao, if you watch the trailer, if you watch any of his highlights, he comes to do his thing. Even at 42, you've seen the clips at the beginning. The man is on fire. He just started his camp, and you see the the rapid hand speed is crazy. So we've never seen Errol Spence, at least me that I can recall, I've never seen Errol Spence fight someone that was 70 fights in their career and had the speed and experience of a Manny Pacquiao, plus that dangerous style with the footwork and, you know, jumping in. But on the flip side, this is why it's such a great fight. Errol Spence, he showed you he can box. We know he can bring the pain too, and we know he's a dog. The Sean Porter fight, if you ever question if Errol Spence was a dog, I don't think he intended for that fight to go like that. But some fights, you start fighting and it opens up to whatever it opens up as, and you kind of have to, it's hard to get out of that ebb and flow and that rhythm. And Sean Porter brought it in that particular fight. It was a real rugged fight, and Errol Spence had to bite down and just chunk him. And he beat Sean Porter at his own game, close fight, but he dropped Sean Porter late, pivotal mistake for Porter, Team Porter, and then Errol ended up winning that. Now this is a different fight, different style. Like I said, Floyd Mayweather gave credit to Pacquiao, said Pacquiao's really unorthodox. I actually have an interview with the fighter Stan Martinuk, who was in Pacquiao's camp, I think in the Philippines, and the video's still on the channel if you guys want to check it out. But he told me personally that he says Pacquiao is super hard to deal with because he can go from like 0 to 60 in a split second. And I think that's what's acquitted him well and made him super hard to deal with for a lot of guys in the sport of boxing. It's just he's like erratic. And I've used this analogy before, and this is not to offend anybody who may be suffering, but it's like you can't prepare for it. It's erratic. It's like Tourette's syndrome, you know, and just hear me out. So basically, when someone suffers from Tourette's, it's a condition where sometimes they have involuntary tics or twitches, or maybe you see popular on movies, they might blurt something out or a cuss word, you know, things like that. And you can't really prepare for that because they can't even control it necessarily, right? that's kind of how Pacquiao's style is. It's like he could be 2 feet away and then he'll just jump in. Basically stuff you would never teach in a boxing course. Like if you were in a boxing course, they would never tell you to move and do what Pacquiao's doing. But obviously him and Boo Boy, they got their thing working. Freddie Roach, and you know, he got a $1 million team. He's been at a high level. I just can't wait for the fight. I think it's gonna be an amazing fight. Pacquiao Spence, drop your thoughts in the comment section. Use my link in the description to get TubeBuddy. If you want to make money on this YouTube platform like your boy Ego, I'm trying to give you the gems. It takes money to make money. Use my link in the description. Sign up for TubeBuddy. It doesn't matter what your content is about, but you have to be consistent. TubeBuddy won't do everything for you, but it can get you ahead of the curve. And I use it daily for videos like this. Trust me on this one. Optimize your video is the #1 tool for us YouTubers. Consider TubeBuddy. Use the link in the description. Now, Pacquiao, coming off the Keith Thurman win, somewhat of a layoff. It doesn't look like the layoff has affected him. I've seen recent videos and photos of Pacquiao. He still looks like he's been maintaining his shape. They said he was gonna fight Pacquiao and Ryan Garcia at one point. Then they said Mikey Garcia. And, you know, at one point they said maybe even Terrence Crawford. So I think Pacquiao has just somewhat been staying ready so he doesn't have to get ready, because it looks like, you know, you don't really have to worry about it with Pacquiao. He always stays relatively around his size, not the biggest dude, came up 8 divisions and stuff like that. So it's going to be a good fight. Errol's in camp, Pacquiao's in camp. Let's go. Let me know what you guys think of the clips at the beginning. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know about the match. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego. Sign off. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.